Now, dear student, I am going to start another topic of non-conventional sources of energy. First one is the nuclear energy. Dear student, nuclear energy is obtained from the energy which is stored in the nuclei of the atom of naturally occurring radioactive elements. It means mineral which used for production of nuclear energy are the radioactive elements. Their example is uranium, thorium. These are the name of the mineral, uranium and thorium, which used for the production of nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is used in the cold storage, where we kept our potato for a long period of time, and during the over of the seasons we start to consume it. Beside, in industries for the domestic purposes, also electricity supply given through the nuclear energy resources. Actually, nuclear energy power plants is sometimes create more problem if any leakage take place inside the plant. It's cause the damage of life. One event also happened in Russia in Chernobyl plant, which take life of thousands of people. But thereafter, it is widely used by European country and USA. In India also, some plants are developed, like in Maharashtra. Name of the plant is Tarapur. Kalpakkam, developed in Tamil Nadu. Rawat Bhata, name of the plant which located in Rajasthan. Kanga plants located in Karnataka. These are the some name of the plant which under the function for the production of nuclear energy in our country. Another topic is tidal energy. Energy which generates from the tides. Energy which generates from the tide is known as tidal energy, which is also known as otic energy. Ocean waves are used for the production of tidal energy. Tidal energy can be harnessed by building dam at narrow opening of the sea. It is mostly developed in France, Russia and India. Tidal energy always harnessed near the coastal area. That is why in the case of India, it is harnessed near the Gulf of Kutch in Gujarat. Last topic of non-conventional sources of energy is biogas. Biogas means what? A gas which developed by the biotic factors, like organic wastage, such as the dead and decaying part of the plant and animal materials, animal dung, and kitchen wastage, which can be recycled easily, are used for the production of biogas, which converted into the gaseous fuel. These materials converted into the gaseous fuel, and same fuel used for cooking food, for lighting also. You also might be seeing Sulabh Shauchalaya toilet in the urban areas, which run on the basis of biogas. It means the waste of human beings are used for generating electricity, which help for lighting in the same project. And huge amount of biogas is also used for making the organic manure. Manure means khat, fertilizers. These are the information regarding nuclear energy, tidal energy and biogas. Now dear student, I am going to compare between the conventional and non-conventional energy resources. So here is written comparative study, because we are going to compare between these two topics: conventional energy resources, non-conventional energy resources. Conventional energy resources, also known as traditional energy resources. Why known as traditional energy resources? Because we use them traditionally, like coal, petroleum, diesel, kerosene oil. Their utilization take place all over the world very earlier. But in the case of non-traditional energy resources like solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, it is on the experimental stage. All over the world, not at present time widely used by the people. Very less countries involved for the harnessing electricity with the help of non-conventional resources, which is also known as non-traditional energy resources. Second difference is that conventional energy resources are expensive. Why expensive? Dear, expensive in this case, first of all, mining take place. There is a need of more labor, more machineries, more capital. Thereafter we can obtain from the surface like coal, petroleum and diesel. But non-conventional energy resources are inexpensive. It means as comparison to the conventional, less amount of investment take place in non-conventional energy resources. Third difference is conventional resources have unfavorable impact on the environment, because those energy resources which are under the conventional like coal, petroleum, diesel, these all are emits smoke, and the percentage of smoke which loosen by using these mineral resources create environmental problem. But in the case of non-conventional, do not create any bad impact. So third difference between the conventional and non-conventional. Fourth is lot dependency. It means more number of people now these days all over the world depend on the conventional sources of energy resources. But in the case of non-conventional, in future, dependency of population will increase in future when conventional sources not available in the natures. Then people start to highly use the non-conventional resources for the harnessing energy. Last difference, mineral resources which are under the conventional, these all are non-renewable. It means if we are not going to use them as a wisely manner, if we use them as a discriminate manner, then it's finally exist over the surface, not available for the existence of life in the future. But these resources are renewable. Like we can use highly wind energy, solar energy, tidal energy. There is no impact over the resources. Resources are readily available for the future. We can use again and again, more and more. So these are the differences between two topics, conventional resources and non-conventional resources. Now dear, we are going to discuss last topic of this chapter, conservation of energy resources. First of all, why we have need for the conservation of energy resources? Dear student, due to increasing the number of population, rapid deflation take place. It means तेजी से ये खत्म हो रहे हैं, समाप्त हो रहे हैं. Besides, conservation of energy resources is essential because very slow regeneration. Very slow regeneration means consumption is higher and it cannot be formed again within a few period of time. It's take 1,000 millions year of time. That is why very slow regenerate. If their generation is very slow, then how can we imagine for higher consumption? That is why need for the conservation. Third one is exhaustible. Exhaustible means if we use more then not available in future. So need for the conservation. Another topic is growing population. Increasing number of population more and more now these days. Then what happened? If population will increase, then demand will increase. Due to higher population, higher demand of minerals, consumption will increase also. That is why need for the conservation of energy resources. Another is the rampant exploitation. Rampant means तेजी से, very fastly. We exploit them, these resources, at a very fast rate. So need for the conservation. And last one is the scarcity of resources. Scarcity of energy resources, especially non-renewable energy resources. Unevenly distributed all over the world, their amount is very limited. So due to their scarcity, need for the conservation of energy resources. Here is a question. How can we conserve the energy resources? How it is possible? So there are some measures through which we can conserve the energy resources, like first of all use the CFL tube lights, because CFL tube lights consume very less amount of electricity through which we can minimize the consumption. Second is the use the public transport, not use the personal transport, because all people going to use their personal car, then per car need petroleum. If we use public transport, by this way we can minimize. So use of public transport is also best way for the conservation of energy resources. And third is the very common point, switch off fan, every electrical appliances if there is no need, because it's consumed and it's cause the damage of energy. Another is use of automatic electronic power saver. Automatic electronic power saver means when we entered in the room, then they start. When we move from the room, they automatically stop to their function. By this way, it saves the approximately 30% of electricity. And last factor is through which we can conserve the energy resources is try to use the alternative resources of exhaustible resources. Means use non-traditional resources more and more, which can be minimize the consumption of exhaustible resources, and by this way we can conserve the energy resources. So these are the few information regarding this topic, conservation of energy resources. Thank you.